Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of the Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we are going to talk about why we are now literally fighting demons on the left. And by that, I mean people who are literally demonically possessed at this point, who are a bunch of psychotic, lunatic leftists, death cultists, whatever you want to call them at that point. Doesn't really matter. Satanists is a great example of these people as well. Basically, this episode all stems from a video I was watching on X about probably 20 minutes ago or so, give or take, where this chick who appears to be in her either mid to late 20s or very, very early 30s, I'm guessing probably like 26 to 28 at most, basically brags about having over 45 abortions and counting. Now, granted, do I believe she really had that many abortions? Maybe. I mean, the fact that she's bragging about it, I'm guessing she had at least a couple of dozen at this point, honestly. But even that, like, it seems kind of like, because having talked to people who have had abortions in the past and, like, suffered miscarriages and stuff like that, and they've discussed, like, how hard it is to have a kid after that's what it is then, I just don't buy it being that many, to be honest with you, unless it was, like, unless when she's talking about abortion, she means like some of them would be like taking like a morning after pill or something like that kind of thing is what it is there. Because if you went and had like an action, like if like say that she was like 2, 3, 4 months along, whatever it was there, a bunch of different times, like dozens of times and stuff like that, went to an abortion clinic, got the kid, pulled out of her womb, etc. There, I don't think she would get pregnant again, dude. Is what it is. Like like the scar tissue, the damage, etc. would be too much. Like, you're just never getting pregnant after that. So I feel like it's more like very early onset ones would be then, or even just like pill form abortions and stuff like that would be then. But yeah, it's truly demonically evil, dude, is what it is. So it's just sick fucking demons, dude, is what it is. And for those wondering why I've said in the past and what I'll say right now, this is why I support forced sterilization of abortionists at this point in history. It's because of fucking demon pieces of shit like this female here, man. This fucking bitch right here with her fucking septum piercing and like 10 of their fucking earrings in her damn ear. Yeah, this is the clip here it said. Let me do I'm gonna turn this up a little bit louder.
I love killing babies. I love
Jesus, you have to give her the word. You have to give her the word.
But I'm going to keep having them.
You need our God. We are God.
Yeah, at some point you just need to put a bullet in people's heads, man. I'm just gonna say it like it is. Like, this is why we need to have death penalty sentences for these fucking people, dude. Like, firing squads legitimately for that kind of shit. Like, it does make you wonder, dude. Like, how does someone get to that point unless they are literally possessed by a fucking demon? And that's what I'm saying right now. Like, I feel like that's what these people are anymore, dude. They have turned their back on God, on Jesus Christ, etc. So much so, and embraced Satanism, and embraced just anything else, basically, what it is, that they have created their own death cult at this point. And that's the thing, like, a lot of these people will call themselves, like, atheists, but there's a lot of other ones that will call themselves, like, actual Satanists, is what it is right now. And that's basically what the modern-day left is there in this country's history currently, dude. And really just, any first-world nation. And what's even more fucked up about the whole thing is you have these people being imported into our nations, whether it be here in America, whether it be over in different European nations, etc. there, who are massively outbreeding us, dude. And then you got people being like, well, I decided to have an abortion because I couldn't financially afford the kid. So, fucking do what these assholes do. Fucking take from the government, dude. Like, that's the entire point, dude. Like, why would you be fucking executing your kid in the womb Instead of being like, no, you know what? I'm going to go fucking apply for every government assistance thing I can get at this point, dude, for this kid. If these fucking third world pieces of shit are coming into our countries, dude, and taking out of our fucking social nets at this point, whether it be for, SNAP benefits or WIC benefits or whatever it is there. Nah, dude. As a natural born citizen of that country, fucking undercut their asses and take from it first is what it is. Like, seriously. Now, granted, am I going to sit here and say that we should be having a bunch of kids on the welfare system and stuff like that? Fuck no. But the entire point of the matter is, would I rather have it be American children or, European kids that are being born on those systems? Fuck yes. Especially when you're comparing it to fucking third world fucking trash. That's a bunch of goddamn Islamic terrorists in the fucking making at this point. So, yeah, it's a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. And people wonder exactly why we are fucking basically falling like Rome did. This is exactly it, dude. This is the fucking death throes of a nation. This is a death throes of a society right here. Is stupid fucking cunts with retarded ass fucking nose piercings bitching about having 45 abortions. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I'll tell you what, some days I really wish I did have the fucking powers of like a Castiel type in the Supernatural series and stuff like that, dude, because I would be fucking literally like appearing out of nowhere in front of these people and just being like, and it'd be just fucking eyes going flame out basically at that point. Because that's what needs to happen to these demonic fucking evil pieces of shit. They're not even people anymore, dude. They really aren't. They're fucking demons. I'm just gonna say it like it is, dude. The modern left like that fucking chick right there, she is a literal fucking demon, dude. When you were gonna brag about having damn near 4 dozen abortions and counting, like what the fuck, dude? I was actually thinking about it before the chat too, with the Saw movies. Like, I feel like that's needs to happen to some of these people, honestly, dude. Like, they just need to be put in like a jigsaw trap is what it is there. If they survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. And I'm not sure what would be the one for that girl. Honestly, it would have to be something like new or something, maybe. Or maybe something. Actually, that would probably be the one to do. That one from the third movie, where the woman had her like it was like her rib cage or whatever was like an angel's wings or something almost, like when it activates or whatever, and just like do that thing or something like that. So because that would be, I think, pretty close to like kind of a god trap is what I would call it, honestly, at that point. Where it's like she's embraced demonism, she's embraced Satanism, etc. there. And it's like, this is how you get back to God, or you go see Jesus for a second until they send your ass straight to hell. That is what it is. So, because seriously, bro, like let's be honest with ourselves, right? Let's have a talk right now about heaven and hell. That fucking female, she is not going to heaven, dude. Like, I don't care how much she repents at that point. Like, at minimum, she will be in purgatory for decades of her eternal existence then. I would honestly say, though, when you took that many lives that potentially could have been your children, and you could have had a decent-sized family, you are literally showing why there are 7 circles of hell at this point. And you're probably going to be at the top hottest one of them is what it is there. Like, seriously, man, Lucifer loves these people. He really does. Because he knows that that is his demonic evil incarnate. I've always wondered, actually, when going back to the Supernatural for a minute there, if the Latin that they're speaking in that show, to like when they're showing them like exorcising demons out of people and stuff like that, if that would actually work or not. Because I'll tell you what, it might be worth it trying to say those phrases and stuff like that in front of some of these people, dude, and see if you just see like a fucking black pillar of smoke just start shooting out of the fucking mouths and shit. Because it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if there was. Like, seriously, bro, like, how do you get to that point where you are that fucking evil that you're gonna sit there and brag about you love to kill babies and you've had 45 plus like that girl's entire face, dude, just looks fucked up. Like, look how just demonic, like, look at the fucking eyes even, dude. Like, those eyes are just pure demon fucking evil, dude. That is some serial killer eyes for sure if I've ever seen them, man. Like, you can just stare through her fucking irises and see she has no soul, dude. It's just sad. It really is. Let's see what some people are saying in the comment section here. So you got one dude saying this woman definitely had a miserable childhood. No one who grew up happy acts like this. Well, like I said, she's probably demonically possessed, dude. As this Tara chick said, and they say demons aren't real. Somebody else said, Brandon Herrera said, nothing will make you more pro-life, quite like an unhinged abortion activist. Exactly. So we got Sassafras saying her mother should have aborted or swallowed her. She is freaking evil. I hate these people. If states want to make it a crime for abortion, by all means, start with her first. Make an example of her. Exactly. And this Bruce guy said, this is pure evil. These people have been programmed to believe this is okay. Disgusting. Next one down said insane, and she's lying on top of it. And then Based Electrician said, imagine looking back on your younger self and realizing you destroyed your own offspring because you were told it was fashionable at the time. Well, see, that's not even what it is, though, man. Like, at some point, it's just complete disconnects. And that's the thing, dude. Like, even if this chick were to somehow repent down the line and, like, quote unquote find Jesus or whatever the case be, then, like, actually be like a quote unquote born again is what it is, Christian or something else for that matter, there's no coming back from that, dude. Like, you have just destroyed yourself. And like I said, do I really believe she's had like 45 abortions? No, it just sounds like that's like crazy talk, really, is what it is. But she sounds like she's fucking insane, is what it is, dude. Would I believe 4 or 5 at her age? Yeah, for sure. Would I believe even a couple of, like maybe a dozen or so? Again, depends if it's all like pill form ones where it's like, and it could, like, again, it could be something like that where she's like considering like, plan B is like an abortion, basically. Or, oh, I found out like I was like 6 weeks pregnant or something like that. The doctor prescribed me these pills and I just had like a heavy flow basically that day. And it happened to be, what was the little, basically peanut sized kid at that point that came out with everything else then. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, like I said, it's just pure demonic evil is what it is, dude. It just sickens me in my core is what it is, dude, really, honestly. Yeah, as this person here asked, it said, shouldn't this be enough reason to create a limit on abortions, or probably banning it, when someone can proudly say that they love killing babies? Yeah, I would say so. And like I said before, dude, to me personally, and I've thought this for years, honestly, if you're going to sit there and use abortion as birth control, which is what a lot of these fucking leftist cunts love to do right now, if you're gonna have X number in a certain amount of time, let's go ahead and say, right, like some chick hasn't, it's like she gets pregnant, you know, oh shit, you know, dude doesn't love me, whatever the case be, or it was just, you know, accidental pregnancy, or whatever the case be, she just wanted to fuck is what it is, or whatever. Goes and has an abortion, you know, goes back to the dating pool, whatever the case be, finds another dude. A couple weeks later, you know, a month goes by, she's pregnant again with another kid, goes back to the abortion clinic. So you're talking about roughly a 6-week turnaround at that point. At that point, sterilize her ass. Because if she's using it like that, dude, no, fuck that bitch. Like, she just never needs to have kids ever again, is what it is. And I would either go for full tubal ligation or a straight up hysterectomy of these fucking people. Because that's what needs to happen to them, dude, honestly. If you are going to be that demonically evil, where you are going to continue to get pregnant again and again and again and again and again, only to take your worthless fucking ass to another abortion clinic or the same abortion clinic over and over and over again, you're done. You're done, bitch. And again, I don't care how much you fucking repent after that. Like, you're fucking done. And that's what I'm saying. Like, truthfully, honestly speaking, at what point do we start charging these people with mass genocide, dude? With crimes against humanity at this point? For literally mass murdering their own offspring. Because you think about it, right? If that woman had, let's go ahead and say even 5 of those kids, right? And she has a bunch of toddlers that, you know, we've seen this stuff in the past, by the way, where you have a woman, she has like postpartum depression, whatever the case be, and she'll put her kids in a fucking, like, drown their asses in a tub or something like that, where it's like 2, 3, 4 kids like that or something like that. And we rightfully charge her with murder at that point. We rightfully charge her with mass murder. You know, it's, I believe, infanticide is what it's called, actually. I think that's what it's called when you kill kids. They're your own, or something along those lines. Like, I know it's a baby. It's like infanticide, or infanticide maybe. And then of course, if it's a kid killing their parent, it depends on which parent, obviously. It could be, if it's like, I forget exactly which is which. I think for mom it's like matricide or matricide, something like that. And then for the father it's like patricide or something. So anyway, but yeah, like there's a point in time though where this shit needs to be treated as a crime, man. Like a fucking literal, at minimum, life sentence, honestly. But if she's even, if this chick's even being any amount of for real, dude, where she's bragging about having 45 fucking abortions and counting now, just put her ass to death at that point, dude. Seriously. Just put her demonic ass into the fucking electric chair, onto a fucking rope, and a drop floor. You know, a fucking firing squad at dawn, whatever the hell it is, dude. Because that's what that shit needs to be treated as, dude. We must start killing evil, period. If we're just a society ever again, now is what it is. So, anyway, turning back on down the comment section here. This old school Eddie said, you can smell the fire and brimstone when you look at her. And then this person said, the eyes, always the eyes. Like I said, dude, you look at her fucking eyes. Like, even where I stopped the clip top, here's what it is. Let me go forward just a little bit. Yeah, right there is a perfect thing. Like, you can just see, dude, it's just dead, soulless eyes, dude. It's just demons. It's just a demon behind that fucking face, dude. You know, this is why sometimes I will support, like, parents being able to kill their adult kids and get away with it. Because of shit like that, dude. Yeah, and some people are saying here, about this chick in the comments. Said if she had 45 abortions, she wouldn't be alive. The word psychopath, Democrat, psychopath. Yep. Yeah, like I said, I could see it being like 4 or 5, probably, is what she actually was saying there. And then she's just like exaggerating it out to be like more psychotic, is what it is, though. Like, she's not like, this is the thing, right? Like, people like this, by the way, used to be put in a fucking insane asylum in this country. We used to literally have men walking around with straitjackets, grabbing these fuckers off the streets and throwing them in the back of a goddamn padded van, dude, and driving their ass off to the nearest mental hospital. That's what we need to do again right now in this country's history. Seriously, bro. And the same thing across Europe, too, for that matter, with these kind of psychotic lunatics. Like, just have a bunch of dudes in fucking white coats walking around with straitjackets. You find one of these lunatics, you fucking throw the straitjacket on their ass, pop it together, and throw their ass in the back of a fucking, padded wagon to throw them into a rubber room someplace that it is there, where they belong. And that's how we fix our societal problems right now. Get these people the serious mental help they fucking need is what it is, dude. Or like I said, just kill them. There's that option, obviously, always. But anyway. See, this Brandon guy said, they need Jesus. God, please find these people and give them the awakening they need. Well, see, that's the problem, though, because that's never going to happen. You're never going to have them actually get what they need, which is the loving embrace of God and Jesus Christ. And as John guy said, she's lying, trolling for effect. No, she's not lying about having abortions, dude. She's just lying about how many she actually has, what it is, I believe. Because you can tell just like her resolve there, like, that is obviously someone who's had like multiple abortions in their life. Like I said, I think it's probably 4 or 5, honestly. But even still, like, the fact that she's bragging about possibly 45 is like, Jesus fucking Christ, bitch. And you got this person talking about Roe versus Wade. Mothers have murdered 60 million babies in the past 50 years. Think about that, right? 60 million American shit. Like, I'm not saying it's all Americans, but let's go ahead and think about that. Even like a fucking half of that right now, because I'm guessing there's probably about 30 million here in America in the last 50 years. 30 million Americans being born. Would we ever need migration of any kind in this country? And the answer is fuck no. We would never need none of that bullshit, dude. So. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. So apparently, in the last 6 hours, I was wondering why that Matthew Lillard guy was trending. That was the dude that played in Scream. Apparently, he had himself as a child molester now. So there's that. Where he literally posted the following and said, feels like a good moment to post this again on Twitter. Happy fucking Pride, you queer angels. I love you dearly. And then it was from almost a little over 3 years ago, actually. It said, dear trans community, I love you and stand with you. Fuck you, Matthew Lillard, you fucking douchebag. I feel like some of these celebrities should have died in the place of people like Paul Walker, honestly. Fucking scumbag. Sorry. Let's go with that bitch Matthew Lillard knows what it is. We got somebody popping off in the last 3 hours. Some black woman, literally going full black supremacist. Yep. So going back to the abortion thing, by the way, for a second here. So you have that sick bitch there bragging about the stuff, and then you have tragic stories like this. Chicago woman loses her unborn baby after getting violently attacked by a group of teens while on a date night with her husband. So the woman identified as Nina says she was walking down the street when she got surrounded by teens. By the way, this is a black and white hate crime. I want to point that one out. It was a black couple, it was a white couple, and it was about 6 or 8 black teens that were attacking them. Said her crime, walking down the wrong street. Said, "We own the street. We own the street. You can't just walk around prancing in your little dress." There you go. The gang about 10 said. So yeah, 10 black males surrounding them, dude. In a gun-free zone. Fucking shithole. Yeah, like, seriously, at what point do you just sue the goddamn city, dude? For fucking killing your kid at that point. So, anyway, it said they then held her husband back as they beat her, ripped out her hair, pepper sprayed her in the face, and kicked her in the stomach. Said first someone approached him and hit his head, punched him in the head, and he looked back and looked at me and told me to run. Another lady came to me and dragged me with my hair on the ground, started screaming. She started pepper spraying me right in the face, in the eyes. Another person starts stomping all over me, and my husband ran towards me to save me, and over 10 people held him. She lost her baby a few hours later. Again, people, carry a fucking gun and start shooting these motherfuckers in the face. I'm so fucking sick of this shit, dude. I'm so sick of this constant fucking black on white hate crimes in our fucking country not being treated as such. Yeah, I'm seriously infuriated right now. Yeah, you had this person say, now Biden supports unrestricted taxpayer-funded abortion on demand until birth. Yep. That was as of apparently a month or so ago. He came out and was saying that shit. So, anyway, going back to some of the more comment section there for that abortionist female. There's what it is. Sean guy said, we all know that she's lying about the total. We can see the pause as she was searching for a number. See, and it makes sense she said something like 45 because these people do have like the whole Trump derangement syndrome thing going on and stuff like that. So it makes sense, like 45th president kind of thing is what it is there. If it was like that, which, like I said, I could see it legit being like 4 or 5 for real though. And even that's a fuck ton, dude. Like that's an entire family right there, for God's sakes. So, yeah, as this guy said, the quote unquote pro-choice abortions or healthcare crowd. Yeah, so we stop calling it pro-choice now. Pro-abortion would be a more accurate term. Well, no, it's pro-genocide is what it is, dude. That's all it is. It's pro-mass genocide of the unborn at this point. That's what people really are at this point in history. These demonic fucks. Yeah, as this Jambo woman said, doesn't sound healthy for the 45 abortion thing. Yeah, and somebody else said, quote, but abortions aren't available and women are dying. Yeah, as this Nick kid said, this is the modern day Democrat Party. Mm-hmm. Yep, a bunch of Satanists who love to kill their own, dude. You got this guy saying, when she said she loves killing babies and had like 45 abortions, that sounds like premeditated murder to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, this guy's got it right. She's a demon. Yep. Somebody else said she is possessed, has no idea. She has been taken over by darkness. Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, this guy here said abortion happens. Being proud and speaking about it shouldn't happen. Well, no, abortion itself shouldn't happen, dude, because again, there's almost no need for it at this point, dude. Like, seriously, let's be fucking for real right now. If a woman is carrying a child, in most cases that she cannot carry to term, her body will naturally miscarry that kid. That's why you have miscarriages happen. Hell, I mean, there's animal species in the animal kingdom, like horses and stuff like that. They can actually self-abort, is what is crazy about that, dude. A mare specifically is what it is. It has something to do with, like, sort of like, I forget exactly what the actual deal was, but I heard this like a few years ago, and that's what it is. And supposedly what it is if you put a pregnant mare into one stall in a horse barn, and you have like a male by her that is like not the actual father of the horse inside of her at the time, that foaled, she will actually self-abort is what it is, because she's somehow protecting herself is what it is, or something like that. I think is what it's supposed to be, or something. Like, it's really weird. This is what I heard in this thing many years back now is what it is. So, but yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, dude. And like, it's just, and going, to humans and stuff like that. Like I said, miscarriages happen is what it is. Now, granted, that being said, you can have a miscarriage where you're so far along in the pregnancy, it's basically treated as an abortion because it's like a D&E or whatever that is there, and they have to literally go in and like, pull out the remains of what was the child there, and it's treated as an abortion, which I think is bullshit entirely in of itself. And that's why you have so many people being like, well, no, this is why we need to have abortions and not have abortions banned and stuff like that because of that reason. And it's like, no, what we need to do is start treating this as something else entirely because it's not a fucking abortion. And that's still good to go, bro, if it needs to happen. It's just, hey, we're not going to let fucking people have like 57 fucking abortions. And not try them with fucking murder and shit like that, dude, is what it is. Seriously. It's just fucking disgusting is what it is, dude. And somebody else in the comment section using the gift from Golden Girls just saying condoms. And that's the thing, right? It's these fucking ass clowns like that they refuse to actually take precautionary measures to do what needs to be done. And like this person here was saying, they sell birth control over the counter today. Why put your body through that exactly? And then somebody else said here, devil worship. Yep, this is what it is, dude. It's all demon worship, dude. Her body's a temple, an Aztec temple. Jesus. I mean, it's kind of fucking true at that point, dude. Or maybe Mayan remains or something like that, you know? Yeah, somebody else said in the comment section here said abortion is not birth control. I actually prefer this meme right here. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, this whole thing. Leftism is a mental disorder. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Y'all remember how they made that weird new pride flag like a couple months back now, whatever it was? Somebody did an update to that one. An appeal to Satan. Yep. Yep, that's what liberals are, dude. Bunch of Satanist, demon worshipping pieces of shit in general. Yeah, this guy said here, so I'd say after a certain number, you're doing it for fun, no more accidents. Yeah, exactly. Well, and I talked about this before, right? You had, it was, there was a Reddit post about, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years ago now, somewhere in there, where it was, this guy who couldn't be Antifa. He was an Antifa member, and I forget if it was like Oregon or Washington State, one of those places like that. And he was bragging about his chick being pregnant with their kid, and how she was like 5 months, almost 6 months along. I believe what it is there, so it's second trimester. And how they were going to go to the abortion clinic and have it aborted in the coming like couple of days there, and how they had done this before. And his whole thing was, oh yeah, it's great having unprotected sex for 4 or 5 months, and then we just kill this one off, and then we just do it again. I get her pregnant again, and then fucking keep doing the same thing over and over again is what it is there. And it's like, again, like, at what point do these people just be arrested for genocide, dude? Like, seriously. Like, how is that not crimes against humanity when you are bragging about killing your fucking children so you can get your fucking rocks off later is what it is, dude. It's just so fucked up, dude. Kind of like this bitch right here. I remember this one from a couple years ago. I think this is during the Roe versus Wade stuff in front of Congress there, where she literally had her obviously like 7 to 9 month pregnant fucking stomach with not yet a human written on it. And somebody said the same vibe. This looks like the kind of chick, by the way, who in about 3 to 4 years after she would have this kid's now going to be considered transgender at the age of like 3 or 4 now. Because mom's a fucking Munchausen by proxy nut job. And those are the kind of people, honestly, that should have their kids just taken away from them at that point, dude. If you're going to be acting like that and shit. Like, obviously, she can have the kid at this point. Like, let her have the fucking kid and then just take it away from her ass immediately is what it is then. And fucking charge her with a bunch of crime. That's what it is, dude. So. Anyway, going back to the other nut job there. This Kelly with an I in the comment section here said about that chick that was claiming to have 45 abortions there, said she is a lost and sad soul. When she wakes up, she won't be able to face herself. It will sink in soon as to what she's done and is proud to have done. Exactly. And you got this guy saying, and there it is, number 4, psychological impact. The emotional or psychological toll of undergoing multiple abortions can be substantial. It is critical. Consider mental health support and counseling. Yep. Yeah, somebody else said that chick is ironically a great argument for it. Well, I would say she's a great example of why, you know, certain people need to be killed. Is what it is, dude. Honestly, not as a child, but like as an adult, is what would be there. You know. So this one's kind of fucked up. It's like greatest threat to world peace, and then it said 41% white women. Except it's not white women; it's fucking leftist females, dude. There's a big difference because not all fucking leftist females are white chicks. There's white, there's black, there's Latino, there's Asian, there's all kinds of fucking leftist nut females. Is what it is out there. There are different races, colors, creeds. So, and of course, you got this psychotic gift that somebody put in the fucking comments here of a female Satan. Yeah, this looks about right, honestly. That's what that chick would be when she rises back from hell in her actual demon form. So, what is this Right to Contraception Act? Let's see, Elizabeth Warren don't want to hear from Republicans that they support contraception, but won't make it law of the land tomorrow. She said this yesterday. So tomorrow, every senator will have to say where they stand voting for the Right to Contraception Act. Time to codify contraception into law. Or you know what you could do, you stupid fucking piece of shit, fake Indian cunt? You could simply have Americans have kids and allow fucking government to subsidize the fucking children, you piece of shit. Yeah. And then you got fucking cocksucker Schumer 2 hours ago claiming to the Republicans saying the vote on the Right to Contraception Act is a show vote. It's not a show vote. Yes, it is, you fucking clown. And of course, you got fucking dumbass Biden Harris thing saying Republicans vote to block Right to Contraception Act. I actually want to look this shit up to see exactly what was in it because I guarantee it was some fucking fake ass scapegoat bullshit or something like that, dude. So this says 2122 is when this is originally from. All right, let's go ahead and read what this actually says on this whole thing then. Let's see, the act may be cited as Right to Contraception Act. This is from 2122. Let's see, contraception. A term contraception means the action taken to prevent pregnancy, including use of contraceptives or fertility awareness-based methods or sterilization procedures. Jesus Christ! Like, no wonder they fucking blocked it, dude. Yeah, so you're talking about basically sterilized people is what it is. Ironically enough, some of these letters seem to be fucking sterilized, is what it is. It's a contraceptive. Term contraceptive means any drug, device, or biological product intended for use in the prevention of pregnancy, whether specifically intended to prevent pregnancy or other health needs, legally marketed under the FDA, such as oral contraceptives, long-acting, reversal contraceptives, emergency contraceptives, internal and external condoms, injectables, vaginal barrier methods, transdermal patches, and vaginal rings, and other contraceptives. Jesus. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Hmm. Oh, Jesus Christ. Got a bunch of dickhead leftists in Hollywood putting out a PSA against Trump. The funny thing about it is everybody that's part of this, though, whether it be Robert Downey Jr., whether it be James Franco, whether it be Mark, whoever the fuck that guy's name is, who played the Hulk, etc., they're all a bunch of child molesters, especially that piece of shit Don Cheadle is for sure, man. That guy had the whole protect trans kids fucking shirt when he went on SNL a few years ago now. Anyway. That's fucked up. Apparently, this girl's dad rushed the stage at a graduation to stop his daughter from shaking the hand of a black superintendent. Well, that dude seems pretty racist. The ironic thing about it is, though, right? How many times has this happened in the past with other people where it was a white person and a black person was the one not doing the shit? And it never went fucking viral, dude. Anyway, let's see here now. Where are we at here with this? Um, I was wondering when I was typing, I was calling out that fucking cunt Elizabeth Warren. Where she was bitching about going to vote for the contraceptive thing, and I said, "You sick fuckers are literally trying to sterilize Americans with this bullshit. Go fuck yourself, demon. You're lucky we're not moving your Satanist ass in handcuffs currently for crimes against humanity, piece of shit." So, yeah. Fuck the Democrat Party entirely, dude. Anyway. Sorry, I was looking at something right now. Somebody was talking about today's society needs to rewatch the movie Remember the Titans. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, they never will, is what it is, dude. Like, that's the real problem now. It's like, and I know Matt NEH brought this up quite a bit, honestly, over the last 6 months or so, which is how he mentioned it actually the other day in one of his casts, which was how you have people being like pushed into a certain place one way or another is what it is. They're like left, right, etc. there. And to the point now where you have just these people like spewing the same, like the leftists basically spewing the same bullshit as the mainstream media and corporate companies and everything else like that's what it is there. And acting like they're fucking not an NPC piece of shit, basically. And then refusing to actually have a real conversation with you is what it is then. So, and that's the problem too. And I've seen that myself personally, dude, like in the last probably 4 to 5 years now. There was an event down in Columbus. I think it was either during the 2020 riots or it was 2021 maybe. And it was supposed to be like a pro-gun rally down there or something like that. I think is what it was, or something like that. Like, or no, that's what it was. It was like a freedom rally or something. And they had a bunch of BLM and Antifa show up and a bunch of those boogaloo dipshits, et cetera, there that were all a bunch of, BLM adjacent retards, basically. And all leftist domestic terrorists in this country, by the way. And they were all like bitching and moaning about certain things, whatever the case be. And you had some dude who was trying to talk to like one of them for real. And it seemed like they were about to have like an actual conversation and stuff like that. And like a real, like, like one-on-one basically. And then you had some other fucking idiot from the BLM Antifa side coming up there and being like, no, don't talk to this man about anything, bro. He doesn't have anything good to say to you. And it's like, bullshit, he didn't. Like, get the fuck out of here, dickhead. Like, let's be have an actual conversation. And the reason you'll have them do that, these Asian provocateur types and stuff like that on the left side, dude, is because they don't want fucking unity. They want to basically have chaos. They want to sow division. They want to sow chaos. They want to create our fucking nation into this fucked up tribalistic society. And it's all by design for their fucked up puppet masters, their globalist, pedophile, fucking, Nazi collaborator type overseers and stuff like that. That's what it is. They're your Soros types, your Rothschild types, your Rockefeller types, your Klaus Schwab types, etc. there. So, and it's all bullshit, dude, is what it is. And plus, they know for a fact if some of these people actually had a conversation for real with somebody else on the opposite side of the political spectrum and stuff like that, that they may actually see something for the first time and be like, oh, you know what? Like some of the shit that I'm, supporting as like a leftist person, whatever the case be over there, they would think to themselves and be like, this is kind of retarded. Like, why am I supporting these people still? And then they would basically leave that crowd and realize they had an option to go someplace else with it is then. And that's exactly why you have, the left trying to excommunicate people and become this fucking religious cult is what it is there. Because they know for a fact that they can basically demonize people, It's like the whole like transgender movement and stuff in the leftism right now, dude. Where you have them, pushing like the whole like, oh yeah, kids are trans and all this other stuff like that. And then it's like, God forbid, one of them speaks out and is like, you know what? I'm not going to be transgender anymore. I don't want to, cut pieces of myself off. I'm going to detransition and stuff like that. And the drop of a fucking hat, dude, they will excommunicate that person. They will shun that person. They will basically, completely cut off all ties with this person and just make them feel isolated and shit. It's all fucked up, dude, is what it is. And again, it's all cult behavior is what it is there. Because it's that person realizing, like, no, I'm not going to be part of your death cult, basically. And then from there, it's them turning around and being like, well, fuck you then, Karen. Or whatever the case be then is. Bruce, Jeff, Sarah, etc., etc. So, yeah, it's all really a bunch of demonic evil at the end of the day, dude, is what it is. It's all Satanism. It's all fucking the modern left at this point, dude. It's demonic evil taking over this world. And people are finally waking up to it and fighting back against it. And it's time to start talking about it for real, dude, as it is. Because truth of the matter is, it's not a bunch of fucking just nut jobs anymore, dude. It's literal fucking demon-possessed people at this point who are pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing further and further and further into psychotic insanity. And at some point, it must be treated with mental institutionalization at minimum, if not death penalties. And it honestly starts with getting these geriatric fucks out of Congress and Senate, like these pieces of shit like Elizabeth Warren and fucking Chuck Schumer, etc., dude, and just tossing them on their fucking asses at this point. And I would go as far as to say, start having complete states completely be exiled from fucking federal government at this point, dude. California, New York, Massachusetts, etc. there, dude. If they're gonna vote in pieces of shit like Elizabeth Warren or Chuck Schumer or fucking, you know, some other dumbass like Pelosi or fucking Maxine Waters into Congress, whatever it is there, dude. Guess what? You don't get representation anymore, federal level assholes. And the fucking story. And we'd be so much better off as a country right now if that were the case. Oh, you got 50 plus jackasses from California alone right now in Congress, dude. / Senate. You got fucking 20 something from New York then, including that asswipe Chuck Schumer, who's a fucking demon. And I mean that literally. I don't know what demon he's actually possessed by, but he's definitely a fucking demon, dude. 100 fucking %, bro. So, Jesus. And you got this one. A woman arrested in front of her son for stealing groceries. And you know exactly what the race was on that one. I don't have to say it, man. So. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this girl is not smart. I'm not going to show this because of most likely it would probably give me a channel strike here, but I'll share it to our X page though. Oh, yep. That's what I thought was about to happen. Because somebody said it was shocking. Yeah. So you have this dumb bitch literally break into a restricted facility, being like a power station or whatever the case be there, holding a piece of the barbed wire fence in her hands while she's doing some dumbass twerking thing, jumps over the fence, looks like she hurts herself a little bit, takes a second to get up there is what it is, and then proceeds to go over to one of the transformers, start climbing up on it, twerking on it, grabs up at something, which is obviously one of the electrical fucking things for it, the conduits or whatever there, and fucking blazes out, basically. I don't know if she died in that, or if it was just her dumbass cutting off power to a bunch of people. She's a fucking retard, but again, these people are fucking... Oh my god, bro. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god, dude. Damn. Somebody was talking about the electric dog fence collar things and using it as a bait against porch pirates, and said throw one of them into an old Amazon box and watch what happens. And yeah, you have these people come up on a dirt bike. Dude tries to grab the shit and run with it, and it literally just like as soon as it hits that fucking fence area or whatever there, whole thing just starts on fire. So I'm not gonna show it, but I'll repost to our X page again. So yeah, some wild ass shit right there, man. If I had Rumble, that would be a Rumble exclusive right now. So This one was kind of interesting as well. I think we'll leave off with this episode here, or this story here for this episode, which is the new, quote, white fortress cities of the American South. And this person said, perhaps ask yourself why this is happening. New American dream is, quote, how do I make enough money to not live around black folks? Said the push to form the city of St. George in Louisiana's latest example of residents from whiter, wealthier enclaves, depleting resources from their surrounding communities. So, yeah, and that's true, man. Like, why is that, people? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we talked about Honest Chat last night. You had fucking 25 people get shot at a fucking block party in Akron, Ohio, dude. Shocker. They were all black. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. You had a fucking black woman here 2 days ago stab a fucking white kid to death in the face and neck after stealing a knife from a fucking thrift store here. And by the way, it's not like I will point something out with what that person said there. It's not move away from black people. It's move away from hood violence is what it is, dude, legitimately. Move away from ghetto pieces of shit is what it really is, honestly, at the end of the fucking day. Because there's a huge difference between you know what, so. Anyway. And somebody's talking about Moscow, Russia. And what do people notice? I don't know. Maybe that's all Eastern Europeans and no other race, pretty much. So. Actually, that reminds me quite a bit of what I saw in Maine when I was there about a decade ago now with Mom and my aunts and stuff like that from my one uncle's second wedding to his second wife. So. Yeah, somebody else that stops sending your kids to these schools, and it's literally I'm not going to show this, obviously, YouTube, just to be clear on that one. But we'll show it. We'll repost on our X page again. It's literally a white kid in the bathroom getting jumped by a bunch of fucking black males. And I'll leave it at that. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, at what point is enough, dude? So. The fuck? Okay, this is where we're actually going to leave off today because this is probably the most insane part of this whole stream currently. Trans activist claims LGBTQ people live in different perception of time than everyone else because typical milestones cater to, quote, cis and hetero people. The fuck? I want to point something out, dude. The whole cisgender thing is a fucking slur in of itself. Against straight people is what it is. So. Anyway. Huh. I didn't realize Buck Angel's birthday was today, apparently. But if those who know who that is, it's a chick that became a dude and went into porn. Yeah, motherfucker turned 6'2" today is what it is. Damn. It's pretty wild, dude. That's the thing, though, right? Looking at that person, though, that dude 100% passes as a guy, dude. I'll just say it like it is. Like, if somebody told me that person was born biologically female, I'd be like, what? I'd be like, nah. So. Anyway. But now, seriously, though, they were born a chick 62 years ago today. And then it was sometime in their like 20s or 30s, I think is what it was. Is when they transition. And that's the thing, like that's the whole thing with Buck though is that I'm just gonna say he from now on. Buck specifically has gone out and talked about the whole like trans kids thing now is what it is, and obviously is against that stuff because when they were coming up and transitioning themselves, they understood that hey, you got to do this thing, that thing, etc. And it was the doctors back then that were like, no, you got to live your life as like a guy for like a couple years here, is what it is, before we're gonna put you on like any kind of drugs, is what it is. Now it's you go into a fucking place, say, okay, I'm transgender doctor, walk out 20 minutes to a half hour later with some fucking, if you're a guy, it's fucking estrogen pills. If you're a girl, it's some fucking testosterone shit. So, yeah, it's just insane. It's insane shit, dude, is what it is, honestly. So, anyway. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What an idiot. Woman in Mexico was struck and killed by train while trying to take selfie in horror accident. What a dumb cunt, man. I'll tell you what, though. That is fucking Darwinism, dude. That is Darwinism doing what needs to be done there. That's what that is. So. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. For real this time. Last one, because this is the best one, dude. This is what we're definitely leaving off today with. Fat Anti-Fascist Brigade. So it's the fatties of Antifa. Jesus. Oh, man. At least 3 of them, I think it's actually 4. I think it's that because the sign is covering this one right now. But yeah, at least 3 of the 4 in the front there are on some kind of a scooter thing, dude. Because their fat asses can't walk. Oh my god, people. You can't make this shit up, dude. You really can't. And really, I think a lot of the Antifa terrorism and stuff like that, dude, spans from the fact that people can't get laid, is what it is. So. Somebody put a meme of Dr. Phil in there that says, you're fat. Don't sugarcoat it because you'll eat that too. That's funny. Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. By the way, I reposted that thing to our X page with the fatties, the Antifa fatties there. I said, Antifa in a nutshell, a bunch of ugly fuckers. Because they are, man. Let's be honest with ourselves, man. They're not good looking people. And it gets even worse when you start going down the hill and stuff like that. So, anyway. But yeah, on that note, though, that's pretty much it for today's episode. I will, as long as this stream remains up and stuff like that for today. I'll be back tomorrow with Buckshot Thursday. And then obviously Friday we'll be doing Freedom Friday. We might also do a Reseller Friday on Friday, depending, because I've been talking to my cousin about possibly going to the place again, picking up a few things, obviously, and I would be doing, obviously, another stream of the unclaimed freight / return merchandise that we're getting 50 cents pieces what it is on Fridays. So, yeah, hoping to go over there and get that done again, because I think it's been 2 weeks now that we've missed out on for possible shit over there. So I would definitely like to go over there and buy at least a few dollars worth of stuff anyway. I think what I might do, because I have that universal USB thingy for a wireless mouse, And I think what I'm going to do is if I would go over there on Friday and find any mice without those things, whatever the case be, I might just buy those just, for shits and giggles and stuff like that. And see if I can't get any of them that would be able to connect with that USB one that I already have right now. And if I can, like, obviously that would be, a plus. Because then I could obviously sell that whole package then for, like, damn close to retail is what it is. And, or even just have a second wireless mouse if I needed one. So, because like I said, there was a couple there I passed on because they didn't have any USB insert with them is what it is there. Which there's no reason to buy it at that point for 50 cents because even if you would be able to get the other thing for it, you would basically be out X amount of dollars, and that's what it is, because in order to get a replacement for that, it's still like several bucks is what it is then. So it's going to cost you more in the long run than it is to just, buy one outright basically with the actual shit from the place. So anyways. But yeah, other than that, though, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see you all tomorrow for another episode of Buckshot Thursday, where we discuss a variety of topics, mostly TOA-related things. If there's any updates to the current things going on here in Ohio, whether it be any update to the stabbing the other day, which we basically got the update, the worst possible update, which is that the kid died, obviously, as of yesterday. But if there's any update to that, any further things like that for that thing, I don't think it will be, because I think it's supposed to be that girl's trials on, so we can tell it next week or something like that. That being said, if there's any update to the Akron shooting the other day at that block party, we'll definitely do an update to that. I don't think they've caught the guy yet, which I think is more than one person at this point, honestly. So as far as I'm aware, they haven't caught anybody in that situation. So, actually, I guess there was a little bit of update to that. Number of those injured in Akron shooting rises to 27. Yeah, as I said here 51 minutes ago, Akron shooting injuries, injures 27 victims, 45 shell casings found with from 5 different guns. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, they did finally identify the guy, though, as Ladius Cook. I think I said I pronounced the guy's name right there. I'll just go ahead and show the search results here for a minute before we leave. Yeah, you got a number of those injured in Akron, so-called Akron mass shooting, which is not a mass shooting, people. It's fucking gang violence is what it is there. It's just a shooting. You don't have to call it a mass. Because the thing is, again, if it was a mass shooting, there'd be 4 or more dead, not just this poor bastard here. So, yeah, you got 27 people injured in that situation. Cleveland.com, 45 minutes or 51 minutes ago. Akron shooting, injured 27 victims, 45 shell casings found from 5 guns. Which makes me wonder on that one, did they already do ballistics testing and figure that out? Or was it the fact that you had 5 different guns and 5 different calibers? And that's how they figured that out, man. Because I could see that being the case, honestly. Where it's like somebody's carrying a 9mm, somebody's carrying a 380, somebody's carrying a 45, somebody's carrying a fucking like mini Draco or something like that, because they found rifle cartridges there obviously too. And then it's like a 5th gun of some kind then, like a 40 or something maybe. So yeah, we got 20 minutes ago. Akron police released new details on shooting. No suspect or vehicle. What the hell is this one? No suspect or vehicle description. Makes sense. Yeah, RIP this guy, though, man, for real. "27 years old. Sad, man. Let's see. Yeah, so Akron police continue investigating the shooting where 25 people were shot in the area early Sunday morning. Now learn the name 27-year-old man killed. Update provided shortly before 9 a.m. Monday. Summit County Medical Examiner's Office identified the victim as Latteris Cook from Akron said Cook's stepmother told News Channel 3 that was the father of 4 children with a baby girl on the way, and that he wasn't even at Sunday's party for more than 45 minutes. Dude, that is some Final Destination shit then. Like, for real, bro. Like, that dude literally went to the party for less than an hour and get shot and killed. Like, Jesus, like, man. Like, death really wanted that guy for sure, man. But that is terrible, though. He was already a father of 4 and had another one on the way, man. So his little baby girl is never going to get to see her daddy, is what it is. That's sad. That's sad. Not to mention also sad for the other 4 kids that are now lost their dad as well, for that matter. So, anyway, it says, can't fix a broken heart. Calandra McDowell said of losing her stepson. I'm assuming this is the stepmom. Here's what it is. In the green top. So can't put a band-aid on a lot of things, but you can put a band-aid on a lot of things, but you can't put it on a broken heart. Can't be fixed. There's a lot of broken hearts around here right now. So McDowell and Cook's brother, Dallas, described him. Okay, that's weird how they wrote that then. So it's... Oh, okay. Would it be her son then? That would make sense. So it would be her son, maybe her son, and then his step or half brother. Then I'm guessing. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's just weird how this is written. Anyway, says Cook's brother Dallas described him as his life of the party, who was loved deeply by his family. Dallas admitted that he and his brother were polar opposites, but also described him as like my twin. Dallas said, I'm used to being able to call my brother, at least. I can't do that anymore. Can't see my brother. Can't hear his voice. Nothing. So they took a huge part of me. So the stepmother McDowell added, we should not be burying him right now. So during a press conference Sunday evening with Akron Mayor Seamus Malik and Police Chief Brian Harding, it was announced that there were 24 victims ranging from 19 to 35 years old with gunshot wounds. 2 of which were reported in critical condition. So see, that's interesting to me though, right? So you're saying all 24 got shot, which is kind of crazy to me, considering you only had 45 shell casings there, dude. Like, unless they were literally like standing together in a group and stuff like that, and the person just like sprayed a fucking line or something like that with like a full auto Glock or a mini Draco or something like that, dude. Like, highly doubt you're going to hit that many people and stuff with actual bullet wounds. I think it's a lot more likely you'd actually have them be hit with a fucking, like shrapnel, or it would be like, what am I saying here now? Or it would be something where it'd be more like, trampling over each other and like having like, twisted ankles or broken legs and stuff like that, as it would be or something. So. Yeah, and then of course we got the update here, which was Akron shooting update. Officials revise. Total number of gunshot victims is 27, including 1 dead. As search for suspects continue. Says Lourdes Cook was killed and 26 others were wounded. 2 people are in critical condition currently. So this is as of about an hour ago, give or take, when this updated. Said Akron, Ohio Mayor Seamus Malik and Police Chief Brian Harding provided an update. Investigation of this week's weekend shooting that left 1 dead and 25 others hurt. During a press conference on Wednesday, incident happened when gunfire erupted in the area of Kelly Avenue and 8th Avenue shortly after midnight Sunday. As a large party was taking place, said police chief announced Wednesday that the number of total gunshot victims from the incident rose from 25 to 27, including the fatal victim, identified as this week as 27-year-old Latteris Cook of Akron. 2 of those injured, a 29-year-old man and a 37-year-old man, are in critical condition. The other injured victims are either in stable condition or have been released from the hospital. Said the event has impacted every single person in the community. The police chief Harding said, according to Harding, investigators have recovered 45 shell cases from the scene, at least 5 different firearms. 3 handguns were taken from the scene, where at least 1 person at the party fired back. So the guns are being processed for DNA, which Harding says will take about a month. Seriously, bro? A month for DNA results? You couldn't put a rush on that shit and have it in like a week or two? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, seriously, man, a month from now, people could be in fucking hiding and shit. Anyway, says police do not have any information to share about possible suspects or a suspect vehicle. The police chief Harding said investigators are following up on every lead. Officials did not want to speculate on a possible motive for the shooting. Dude, this is fucking hood violence. Like I said, I guarantee you this is a black on black fucking crime is what it is. I'm going to put a theory out right now, honestly. My personal theory on this one. And like I said on Honest Chat last night about this whole thing. It was probably most likely you had a bunch of fucking dudes there getting shit-faced, et cetera, for hours. You know, the cops came there at like 10 o'clock that night and told them kind of, you know, keep it down, you know, chill the fuck out, disperse, et cetera there. And it was 2 hours or so later at midnight-ish, give or take, that they're like, oh, okay, you know, like, here's the deal, man. And I'm guaranteeing what it is in that 2 hour time span. You had people getting more drunk. You probably had somebody be like, get the fuck out of here, Lavon. And that dude probably went to his vehicle, hammered his shit, you know, grabbed up a gun that he had underneath the fucking, like either in the trunk or underneath the seat or whatever it was there. Probably some kind of a rifle. Like I said, mini Draco, AK variant, you know, AR pistol, whatever it is, doesn't matter, since they haven't actually released what, you know, calibers they were there. But either way, you know, grabbed up some kind of a hidden rifle there is what it is. Or rifle caliber weapon, I should say. And proceeded to drive around the block, come back around and be like, psh. And I guarantee that's what happened, dude. And then you had at least one guy there pulling out his gun and was like, bang, bang, back is what it was there. And you had other people also have guns and stuff like that, which, you know, who's to say if they were in legal possession of those guns? Who's to say if they were in illegal possession of those guns? Who knows? That being said, if they were all drunk at the time, you would actually be, technically could be charged on that one because in the state of Ohio, as well as other states in this country, you cannot legally be under the influence of alcohol or drugs and have a firearm. I personally don't think that's right. You know, because again, people's tolerances are different and stuff like that, especially when it comes to drinking and shit. You know, you could have one guy having like 4 beers and be fucking drunk off his ass, or even a chick for that matter. And you could have somebody like me who's taking down that much, and because of my weight and stuff like that, it's barely buzzing me at that point, you know? So, anyway. But yeah, it's a bunch of shit entirely, dude. But yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous what it is, though. Jesus Christ. Okay, so continuing on with the rest of this article here, though. Said, Seamus Malik said the White House's Office of Intergovernmental Affairs has reached out and offered support to the city. U.S. Marshals, Northern Ohio Fugitive Task Force, Summit County Sheriff's Office, FBI, ATF, and U.S. Attorney's Office are all assisting in the investigation. Said this is an incredibly challenging thing for our community to deal with, Malik said during a press remarks. Said folks who live in the neighborhood will be processing this tragedy for weeks, months, and likely years to come. Said Seamus announced that the community is coming together to support everyone impacted by the shooting in a pair of events. One of them is supposed to be tonight from 6:30 to 7:30, so about an hour from now, give or take. And the other one's going to be tomorrow. That first one's at Arlington Church of God. Second one is at Burning Bush Church. It's hosted by Greater Akron Prayers at 6 p.m. tomorrow then. So, how much do you want to bet, though? Like, I hate to say it, but I feel like there's going to be an update to this shooting here tonight, and it's going to be somebody getting shot at this fucking vigil, basically. Because that's usually how it happens, dude. They usually come in, and they'll try to, like, if they didn't get the guy they wanted to get to begin with, they're trying to get the guy now is what it'll be. And they'll have the person come back around and start shooting the place up again is what it'll be then. So, I think AK Nation News put it pretty well the other day, which when he talked about it possibly being that it was some random person at the party and the person that was shooting the people up and stuff like that was trying to aim for like one dude and shot 26 others in the process there, which would make a lot of sense honestly on that one. So. Okay, so I'm gonna go to that Cleveland.com article for a minute. There's what it'll be. So the Akron official said Wednesday, number of people hurt in mass shooting on June 2nd has climbed to 27 victims. They also updated the number of bullets fired as investigators found 45 shell casings from 5 different weapons. 3 guns were seized at the scene. I'm gonna click on that and see if it actually shows anything right there or not. I wish they would have said, okay, so originally it was supposed to be 35 spent shell casings that were seen there. So it was 10 more than they originally thought then, which makes sense because it's like especially if you're like, going around there and like looking at stuff and whatnot, it could have been something where they found like, 2 or 3 here in like the gutter. And then it's like, walk like 10 feet to another like gutter area. And all of a sudden you find like 4 or 5 that have now been sort of put there as what it is then. So anyway, from like rain and stuff we had in the last couple of days. It says shooting took place as hundreds of people had gathered near that area just after midnight to celebrate a birthday. So police said an unknown number of suspects sprayed shots into the crowd. So the Tardis Cook, 27 of Akron, died at the scene, or got in the chaos. So paramedics took more than 24 people to Akron hospitals. 2 men, 29 and 37, remain in critical condition. The city's police chief, Brian Harding, sent a press conference to update investigators' findings. Other victims were either in stable condition have been released. Youngest injured was a 19-year-old, while the oldest was in their 40s. So the event has impacted every person. We talked about already. So police originally said 24 people were hurt, and officers found 35 shell casings. 45 shell casings were removed from the scene from at least 5 different weapons. 3 guns were also recovered. So police said Sunday that they believe the shooting was a drive-by attack with residents at the party returning fire. Makes sense. Again, like I said, it could have easily been gang related too, for that matter, dude. And that's what this should be treated as right now. It should be treated as a fucking gang, possibly gang related shooting is what they should be calling this. Not a fucking mass shooting. So. Well, technically you're not supposed to be drinking and driving either. But people do that all the time, obviously. And get behind those 2,000 to 4,000 pound death machines. So. Anyway. Oh, okay. This one actually gets better, by the way, because I was looking at the very end of this article here. So at least one individual at the party fired back at the initial shooter. So we do not know whether there was one initial shooter or several. We do not know how many individuals from the party returned fire at this point. Mayor Seamus Malik said he is aware of residents' fear of retaliatory gunfire. Makes sense. So we are focused on what we are focused on is locating the person who committed this awful act and holding that person accountable, Malik said. I think that's the best way to address this. That's why we are encouraging folks to speak with police and come forward and share any information. I will say this, right? Given the fact that Seamus Malik is very much a diversity hire mayor in this country, given the fact that he is, touted himself as basically the first Muslim mayor of Akron, there's what it is. Or I think it's first Muslim mayor of Ohio or something like that's what it was there. I will give him credit, at least right now, because he has not used this tragedy so far to push for any kind of gun control. Now, granted, that might be coming in the future, for all we know, and they'll call us out on that one if it happens then. But yeah, I will give him at least the credit right now that in the past 3 days, past 72 hours, he has basically said, no, we're going to try to find the criminal here and bring him to justice, basically. It's not like that piece of shit Chantel Brown, congresswoman, who's come out and been like, and this is why we need to use this to push more gun control that's not going to fucking work because it never does. And criminals don't follow the fucking law anyway, dude. So what the hell, So, anyway. But yeah, I will give Seamus a little bit of credit there on that one that he hasn't used it to push for gun control yet. So, now granted, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and pat him on the back and stuff like that and be like, oh yeah, you're a good mayor, dude. No, you're a terrible mayor, guy. Like, this should never fucking happen, bro. And it probably would never happen if he not had the fucking block party there is what it is. Had a mass gathering of a bunch of idiots is what it is there, man. So, because the hood's gonna be violent, dude. It's as simple as that, really. And it's sad. It's sad and it's pathetic. Is what it is, dude. And again, kind of going back to what we talked about a little bit ago in this episode, like this is exactly why people want to live in their own fucking enclaves. Is what it is, dude. They don't want to be around fucking hood violence. Is what it is, man. So, anyway, but yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow for Buckshot Thursday. Until later, have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Always be carrying because you never know some crazy shit like that's going to happen in your neighborhood. And you might have to deal with a fucking threat, is what it is. So, peace out, y'all. Later.